Alrighty, guys, let's do this. Good job, Sticky Badger. That dipshit nigga Neil deGrasse Tyson would. He would probably not have thought of that. He would have said something like, cheating is inherently bad and no one should ever do it. That's why the laws are there. That's something like what Neil deGrasse Tyson would have said, you know? Let's like say something that sounds right, but it's awfully stupid if you really think about it. Is what Neil deGrasse Tyson usually does on Twitter. Pandering, essentially, right? Like using the right succession and keywords, basically. His jokes are bad as well, man. I would point out that I have achieved my goal of making cats laugh finally. Well, did you make me laugh? I'm not sure that you made me laugh. I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that made me laugh, right? But good job. You did it. You technically did it, yeah. Maybe your humor is not so much in you, but pointing to it. Maybe that's your way to be. Don't try to shade me, bro. You got it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll get you with that in Dota next time. I'm not sure. It probably won't work twice on me. It'll make me cringe. It'll actually make me cringe. That's why I'm giving you a heads up so you don't do it, okay? I'm difficult, man. I'm really difficult, okay? No, I mean, you're shading me like that. Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were gonna make the same joke in the hopes that I laugh, and then basically, you know, if there's any sort of pressure, like, I'll see through it, basically, and it'll just be, you know. If you point out, I died. If I point out what? Don't die. CBT we have, it seems. Did the Queen of Pain kill me? Maybe I killed me. But no, what? What are you talking about, Nightbody? Hey, bye, Nicholas. Thank you very much. Take care. You're making no sense. That is kind of funny to me. No nonsense can be funny if it's is that your goal? Your nonsense can be nonsense. Well-timed nonsense can be funny. There's some people who are good at crafting nonsense. You have to be a good craftsman to do nonsense. Like Will Ferrell is amazing with nonsense, for example. You have to make believe it always. It's yeah. It's about selling the act. I find that's true with humor. It's always about the punchline. It's always about the basically the game of hide and seek. It's an extension of it. It's humor is always hiding until the end, and it's funny when it gets you. You know, it's funny when it sneaks up on you, basically, and it's unfunny when it doesn't sneak up on you. When you know, like maybe that's why you struggle to make me laugh is because you're trying to make me laugh. So that's a very difficult thing to do to try to make people laugh and succeed, like at genuinely making people laugh, right? Like I'm sure there's people that are, like there's some people that see someone slip on a banana and that'll be good for them for a while, I guess. But I ask a little bit more of humor usually. It has to sneak up on me. Like the banana could get me if it's well timed enough, right? Like I'm not saying I wouldn't laugh at a greatly timed slip on a banana, but it's a very difficult thing, It wouldn't be an easy trick to pull to make me laugh at the slip of a banana. Very difficult. You see what I'm saying? So it's not even the joke either. It's all about the delivery, the timing. Timing is so important. Timing is everything, I think, in whatchamacallit. The fuck? I can hit that, right? Time is everything in comedy, I think. Now, I'm not a great comedian myself. I don't strive to be. But still, I think that's what I look at. That's the levers I look at when I look at, what do I find funny? Why is it funny? That's what I found. There's someone, for example, that tries to make me laugh, and they're generally good at it. And every time that they come like maybe once or twice, maybe once every or twice every month or something like that. I don't remember the guy's name, but he always starts his act with "Hi, Liquid Cats, I'm your friend," and then he says something like, then he asks something stupid. Or leads with something. Usually now he more or less has an act where he leads with something that sounds like generally true, like a generally serious inquiry, to where as a streamer you would be confused on whether it's a serious inquiry or not, and then it flips to something really stupid that has nothing to do with it. Right now he tailors them to me because I am say I'm playing Dota, so he will mix up StarCraft and Dota. Something as simple as that. But it's the timing. It's the framing is good, right? Like he says, "Hey, hi, Liquid Cats," and misspells cats, right? I'm not in Liquid, obviously, but it's a funny idea, and it's a funny Liquid Cats, right? It's misspelled. It's like he's a dumbass, basically, right? And that's what the part that he's playing. So that's the framing is I'm a dumbass. But you don't know if I'm for real or not. Because I'm going to now start asking a question that is kind of reasonable. Right? And so you start reading the question. And while you laugh at first, you kind of go, okay, let's see what he's asking. And then he gets you. And you're like, oh, okay, you're a dumbass. And that was a joke. Or you're playing a dumbass. Right, which is you're not a dumbass. That's a brilliant joke of playing as an idiot. So I always give him feedback because sometimes, for example, he had anchors after the punchline and they wouldn't be funny, and I'd be like, well, after the punchline, nothing is funny anymore. So you have to end at the punchline as well. If you go past the punchline, it's so difficult to to make work because you have to essentially keep escalating. In Control was, needless to say, maybe the best I've ever seen at exactly this. The guy had a capacity to just keep escalating, essentially, right? And you don't think he's gonna do it more, and then just he keeps doing it, and that's just like one-upping yourself. It's not a thing that it's not how comedy normally works, right? Also in Control, in the way that he did it, he sometimes took losses along the way, but he was so brave in his delivery that even when he said something unfunny, he just leaned on it until something funny came about. So I think that's something that is really admirable, that like his courage and how good he fucking was at being funny, but for the most part, the joke ends at the punchline if you're not in control. Because after the punchline, the joke is dead. You surprise the person or you didn't surprise the person, and anything after will, you're gonna try to be funny, but how are you gonna surprise someone when they are expecting a surprise? Well, that's much more difficult, and that's the thing that In Control was so good at. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? And I was very happy to see during my casting of ESL that this guy was in the ESL chat, and he did one of his high liquid cats questions. And he got copy pasted all over the place. I didn't see it until too late because there's like a delay, but I saw it, and it made me so happy because he made a joke. He made a joke and we worked on it, and it made sense why it was funny, and then he used it in a chat and it fucking worked, right? Like he got copy pasted like crazy. So I was really proud of him. I was really proud. I was just thinking about him when you were describing going past the punchline. So good. Oh, he was just too good. Like, it's so difficult to keep escalating though, right? Like, it's so difficult to surprise people that are expecting to be surprised. But he was that guy. He was gonna walk the walk. He was gonna go the lengths. One of my favorite moments was actually when him and 2GD they were trashing. I'm sorry, I miss him. They were trashing Monster, basically. But he's sponsored by them, right? Like, he's in EG, sponsored by Monster. And they fall into a trap where 2GD is not as sold on it, I guess, or as, as invested on it. And he's a dick himself, so he was gonna fuck around with Geoff to some degree. And Geoff is an honest person. He's an honest man. He won't just bullshit his way out of something, right? And they were talking about the healthy fucking values of Monster. There's basically nothing, right? So they dug themselves into this hole where they were basically trying to say something positive about the health benefits of drinking a Monster can, and it was just an impossible situation. Unless you're fucking Geoff, right? And then he chugged the fucking can. It was so fucking funny. Because it was the only play left. It was brilliant. Like, he saved the sponsor, basically. Without lying, too. I'm gonna take a quick break. And then we'll play something else, I think.